So today we're going to be reviewing and doing an all-day wear test, 12 hours plus, on the Youthforia Date Night Skin Tint Serum Foundation. Apparently this is the foundation you can sleep in. I pushed this over 12 hours and I wanted to see if it lasts, if it works on our mature skin, and if it's worth $48. So in case you're interested, then keep on watching. Hey guys, it's Kat and welcome to my channel. I know I'm back in my office, but it's super early. It's before 7 a.m. I wanted to get a jump start on this review and truly push this Skin Tint Serum Foundation to the limit. This is from Youthforia, and apparently this is an independent makeup company. They do also blush and lip products, but the woman who created it was on Shark Tank, and they loved it, so they, I guess, sponsored her. But it's supposed to be a foundation that's 68% skincare. It has all sorts of great ingredients, and apparently you can sleep in it. I'm not gonna sleep in it. Well, I might have napped in it. Does that count? I've got a long, busy day ahead of me, and I wanted to take you throughout my day. I also have to pick up Ava from school, and we're gonna do like a girls' day. I know. So yeah, I'm super excited to test this out. Oh, I've got sleep in my eye. I got sleep in my eye. That's how early it is. So without further ado, let's get into the video. I know I look a little scary this morning. My hair is pulled back. I literally just got out of the shower. I applied all my skincare. I also took the liberty of applying my primer. You guys, I've been testing this out all week with different sorts of primers, drugstore, high-end, but the L'Oreal Prime Lab 24-Hour Pore Minimizer, remember this primer? Oh my gosh, this is like liquid gold, or in my case, liquid pink. It's a very smoothing primer that's also hydrating. It really minimizes the size of your pores. It just looks great on mature skin, on anybody's skin. It just really smooths everything out and provides a nice canvas for your foundation or skin tint. And I will be telling you the pros and the cons of this Skin Tint Serum Foundation. Now, it comes in 15 flexible shades for easy, effortless blending. It's claiming medium buildable coverage. It's supposed to be weightless, luxurious texture that sinks into the skin like quicksand, for no caking or settling into fine lines. It's supposed to provide a glass skin finish for natural highlighter effect. Oh no, I don't want to look like Edward Cullen again from Twilight. That was bad. Yeah, I tested out the new Physicians Formula Diamond Skin Tint. That was awful. Also formulated, like I said, with 68% skincare active ingredients and dermatology tested to be safe to sleep in. I don't care. I'm not going to sleep in anything but my skincare. And I'm in the shade 260 Light Medium, which is neutral with warm undertones. And it comes in a nice frosted glass, no frills. I didn't see an expiration date on this, but you know me, I've got bad eyes. Let me see if it's on the bottom. Typically a foundation should be at least have an 18-month shelf life. Yeah, I don't see an expiration date here. Or is there one on the box? I don't see an expiration date. Well, okay. But yeah, generally foundations are good for up to 18 months. So we're just gonna go by that. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you exactly what it looks like. I love the pump, it's super cute. I am a big fan of lavender, but you know, just because it looks pretty in the bottle doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be pretty on the face. Now, as you can see, it's quite thick. So that's what's confusing, Skin Tint Serum Foundation. Now the first two ingredients are actually water and titanium oxide. Titanium oxide is like an SPF, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, so let's go ahead and check it out. And here, all right, and I'm just gonna go ahead and apply it to the center of my face. Oops, is that a cat hair? And medium coverage, I would say more on medium to full, depending upon how much you apply. I've been using half a pump all week and I seem to get pretty good coverage. But as you can see, immediately, this is what? Medium light, neutral with warm undertones. It comes out really orange. And for some reason, ow, that was my nose. And for some reason, it kind of neutralizes or reverse oxidizes on my complexion, which I find super odd. Like at first it's super orange. I'm gonna turn down my lights so you can see. Look how orange that is. as it starts to dry down, it really kind of neutralizes. I'm gonna go ahead and put my lights back up. I'm sorry, it is pitch black outside. I don't think the sun comes up until about 7:40 a.m. So, like I said, I'm gonna take you throughout my day. Now, I do have to work. I have got some plans with Ava today. It's claiming to be weightless. To me, it just feels like another sort of foundation, not even a skin tint. I think it provides more than medium coverage, but it's definitely buildable. And I'm just taking my complexion brush and just stippling it in. I do like the coverage you get from this. It looks very smoothing, very hydrating. Would I say glass-like? No. I think on my normal to dry skin, it looks a little more matte. That is just one side, and I'll show you what it looks like. Ooh. It's covered up most of my hyperpigmentation, but you can still see my skin peeking through. I wouldn't say weightless. I'm sorry, I wouldn't say weightless, but I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side and apply it. I'm gonna try to put less on my complexion. And this foundation is actually made in Korea. You can definitely tell I have foundation on, but this is really, really pretty on the skin. Would I say it's a glass-like finish? No, I would say it's more of a natural, almost borderline matte finish. But look how much it covered. It's really smoothing. Would I say natural looking? If I'm gonna be super nitpicky here, and at $48, I have to be nitpicky. I wouldn't say it looks skin-like. And you know what? Skin-like is such a bad term to use, and I'm going to try to stop saying that because skin has pores. Skin has texture. We all have pores. We all have texture. So I feel like I need to stop saying that word. I mean, I know they try to push a lot of products claiming it's skin-like, but I think it's really pretty on the skin and definitely smoothing. But it definitely looks like a foundation and not like a skin tint. I'm gonna go ahead and apply some concealer. I've been testing out a bunch of new concealers that just recently launched, and I'll be featuring that in my next upcoming video. But I really been liking this concealer. I don't wanna tell you what it is yet, so I'm just gonna apply it. Let me know if you can guess what it is just by the applicator. I know, this is kind of fun. I'm in a goofy mood today. I'm just gonna apply a tiny bit right through here and right where I get red. I found that this concealer has been working really well with this Skin Tint Serum Foundation. Make up your mind. Is it a skin tint? Is it a serum foundation? I'm just gonna let that marinate on my complexion. So I'm gonna go ahead and tap this in. I also have been testing out a new color corrector from Dermatology that has a 41 SPF. I can't wait to share that with you. Complexion is looking really, really good. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna go ahead and apply some bronzer to apply a little bit more warmth into the complexion. For some reason, this foundation is starting to neutralize on my complexion. It's not as orange as it was before. I don't know. It looks like a pretty good shade match for me. Remember how orange it was before? But I'm just gonna go in with bronzer, and I'm gonna go in with the new Milani Cheek Kiss Cream Bronzer. I've been so enjoying this cream bronzer. I can't seem to put it down. Plus it's right here on my makeup table, and usually I just reserve that area for my most used products. Let me know down in the comments if you want to see a video of my most used products that's in my special area on my makeup table. You'd be surprised what they are. And I do switch them out because I do love testing out makeup for us. But here we are with the bronzer. It is looking absolutely beautiful. Now for blush, I'm just gonna go in with the Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Wisp. You know I love a good cream blush. This is absolutely stunning. And this shade is just scary at first. It's like a little plummy color, but I thought since I'm wearing pink today, it might go really well with the complexion. And I'm just gonna tap a little bit right through there. Oh, I might have applied too much. And it's been working really well with this foundation. Oh, cat hair. No, that's a cat hair. Oh, no, that's a cat hair. Okay. But this cloud paint, so fresh and so pretty. It looks a little scary at first when you apply it, but it's so easy to blend out. I love how fresh it looks on the skin. The longevity is not fantastic, but it certainly is beautiful. Now, like I said, I've been testing this foundation out for the last week and pushing it 12 hours, 13 hours, and I will show you all that footage from all those testing days, but look how pretty that is. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna go ahead and apply the rest of my makeup, and then we're gonna go out in natural daylight and see exactly what this looks like. And here we are with the final look. Now I just did a super easy, kind of sort of fun eyeshadow look. It is Friday with the Natasha Denona Mini Starlit Eyeshadow Palette. I just used these 3 shades through here. I used the lightest shade in my crease, darkened up the outer thirds of my eye with this nice mauve shade, and then just put a tiny bit of the shimmer on the center of my lid to wake up the eyes. Now for my lips, it is a $10 lip combination. I absolutely love it. I use the new e.l.f. Cream Glide lip liner with their new Pout Clout. I did a review on the Pout Clouts last week. Absolutely been loving this Pout Clout. It's a nice plumping lip balm. It's beautiful. It has such beautiful pigment. Lasting power is not so great, but if you combine it with the Cream Glide lip liner, that's $2. Really lasts much longer, much better longevity, and love this combination. I'm not sure what shade the Cream Glide lip liner is, but I'll be sure to put all the products in the links down below. Now, if you do click on those links, it does help out my channel. And if you don't, that's cool too. But if you do, I genuinely appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's judge the complexion, because that's why we're here for the Youthforia date night. Do I have a date? I do have a date. I have a date with my daughter, like at 4 o'clock. But yeah, it does look super pretty on the skin. It lays smooth. It works well with cream products. It provides nice medium coverage. You can build it up. Now, I do have to say, this shade that I picked, although it does look like it matches, it does come out a little orange. But now that it's been on my complexion and it's dried down, it does like it looks like it's done a reverse oxidation. It does not look as orange as before. But I think it's really pretty. But we are gonna test it out all day. I'm gonna do some check-ins, and I will let you know by the end of the video if it really lasts 12 hours. 12 hours, yeah. When the sun comes up, we're gonna go out in natural daylight and I'll show you exactly what this looks like, but I gotta get to work. Okay. Okay, it's around 10:30. It's been a little bit over 3 hours since I first applied the Youthforia Date Night Serum Skin Tint Foundation. I'll tell you what, okay, it's only been over 3 hours. As you can see in the natural daylight, it looks like a foundation. I think it would be stretching it to call it a skin tint, because I think it's heavier than that. And if you look closely, at least I could tell, around this area, it looks like foundation. It looks like I set it with translucent powder. And I did not set it with any sort of powder. But like I said, it does have like a matte finish to it and not that glass-like skin finish to it. It doesn't have a glowy dew. It just looks like a really nice matte foundation. And remember, it does contain an ingredient that's supposed to control your oils, your sebum production. So if you have oily skin, you might like this foundation. But so far it's looking really pretty. It's lightweight, it's comfortable, but I beg to differ if you call this a skin tint, because I believe it does have medium to buildable coverage. But this is what we look like. I have a meeting to go to, and then we'll go from there. I'll do some more check-ins, but yeah. Definitely a beautiful day. It's about 1:30. It's been over 6 hours since I first applied the foundation, and you can see where I wear my glasses, it's kind of worn off, and it's worn off a little strange around my nose. This is great lighting, by the way. Wow, I should do all my foundation tests on top of my staircase. But it still looks really good through here. The blush is hanging on. Right through here, it's fading quite a bit. I do wear computer glasses at my desk so I can see better, so I can see the screen, and obviously it's gonna rub a little bit off right through there. But still, it's wearing off around my nose, and not in an attractive way either. And it's like wearing off kind of splotchy, kind of blotchy, and I noticed that. And no matter what type of primer I use, it just won't adhere to this part of my nose. Sorry, I'm not picking my nose or anything. I'm just trying to show you exactly where it's worn off. Now, it was cold this morning. I did use a tissue. I don't know, for some reason, my nose, allergies, I don't know, it just runs so much. So I'm constantly touching up with the tissue, but I've never seen a foundation wear off so poorly around the nose, but stay so great around this area. I guess because I'm not really touching it that much, but we are 6 hours in. I have another hour of work to go. Then I'm gonna go pick up Ava. We're gonna have our little girl date, mother-daughter date, and spend some time together. So yeah, I think it looks pretty good. The lips are doing great. I mean, I had pizza for lunch. I'm on my second cup of coffee, can't you tell? And I've been drinking lots of water, so, which reminds me, I need to take my vitamins. That's Hondo in the background. But yeah, this is what it looks like at 6 hours. And we're back. It is now 5 p.m. It's been over 10 hours since I first applied the new Youthforia Date Night Skin Tint Serum Foundation. Now, I know it's only been 10 hours, but like I said, I've been testing this out all week, 3 days in a row with different types of primers, and I'm ready to give you my final thoughts on this very expensive skin tint foundation. What is it? Now, remember, it does retail for $48, and you get 1.18 fluid ounces. It comes in 15 shades. Since it's only been 10 hours, I really wanted you to get up close and personal. I have the golden hour light coming in. I wanted to take advantage of that because in natural daylight, you can really see the skin, how it looks, the texture, the pores, how the foundation is actually sitting on the skin. I didn't do any sort of touch-ups today. It was been a very busy day. Ava and I had so much fun on our girl date. We got some sushi and some hibachi. It was so good. But yeah, let's look up close and personal right through here. Remember how I told you it was kind of looking foundation-y, if that's a term, right through this area? I've noticed it just looks drying on my skin. Now, if you're new to my channel, I do have normal to dry skin. Of course, I have hyperpigmentation, fine lines, texture, pores, and I found that it just does not look good around the mouth area. And I've been noticing that recently in some of my foundation reviews where it just kind of separates in that area. That could be due to, like, you know, everyday normal things that we do, eating, drinking. I had 2 cups of coffee, a big thermos of water. I've now moved on to wine because it's been that type of day. But I've noticed right through here where it looked foundation-y, where it looked really matte, it just does not look flattering on the skin. Remember, at $48, I need to be nitpicky with this foundation. Now, on the first day, I tested it with one of my all-time favorite primers, the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder in Translucent. I love that primer. It's really smoothing on the complexion. It makes most foundations look fantastic. It was about the 12-hour mark. It kind of hung in there. I had high hopes in the beginning because I thought, this looks pretty good. It could have looked better in my opinion, but this was at the 12, maybe 13-hour mark. And then on the second day, since this is supposed to be a glass-like finish, I did not experience that on the first day. So I thought, let's try to make it glowy. So on the second day, I primed my complexion with Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Glow Serum. That provides a beautiful glow on your complexion. It kind of peeps through your foundation. Did it give me a glowier complexion? Absolutely not. It still looked matte and flat on my skin, and it didn't last, and it wore off so splotchy and so dismal, as you can see here. I look even worse. And that was at about 13 hours. I'm telling you, I tested this like a beast. I was like, you've got some strong claims to last 12 hours and to sleep in it. I mean, who sleeps for 12 hours? If I'm lucky, I get 6 hours of sleep. And then on the third day, I used the one primer that I used today, because that was the one that I had the best luck with. I used the L'Oreal Prime Lab 24-hour pore minimizer. This was much better for a smoother complexion, for grabbing onto the foundation and making it last a little bit longer. It did extend the longevity of my makeup, but I still had that mattifying finish. And today, even though we're at the 10-hour mark, I asked Matt, I said, what do you think of my makeup today? And he's like, you're not wearing any makeup. That was a shocker to me, because usually he can tell. I mean, obviously I'm wearing eyeshadow and a little bit of lip gloss. But I'm like, honey, I'm testing out a foundation. He's like, ooh, I don't see any makeup. Meaning he could see my hyperpigmentation. And he said that he could still see all of my spots through here, and that my skin didn't look good. He's kind of like my meter when I test out makeup. And the irony is when I first tested it out, it looked great. Like for the first couple of hours, I'll give it that. And when I tested it out the first day, Matt said, wow, your skin looks really pretty. So in terms of pros, it does provide nice medium buildable coverage. And it does have a very smooth application. That's pros. Those are 2 pros. The cons, 15 shades. And I must say, the shade range is not very good or inclusive at that. The longevity, would I say it lasts 12 hours? I put this foundation, skin tint, serum foundation, through the ringer. I would not call it a skin tint because it's way too heavy. And I wouldn't call it a serum foundation because a serum foundation, to me, first serum foundation that comes to mind is Danessa Myricks, Yummy Skin. Beautiful, beautiful serum foundations that are much lighter in texture and consistency, and that just really glides onto the skin. This, to me, felt like a full-fledged, almost like a heavier foundation. And then, of course, the finish on it. They're claiming a glass-like skin. No, for me, it was very mattifying. But remember, it does contain that ingredient that's supposed to control sebum production. So if you have an oily complexion, you may like this foundation, skin tint, serum foundation. But for me, normal to dry skin, and I do have significant oils by the end of the day, and maybe they're kept at bay by now, but it just looks very mattifying on my skin. I just don't think it looks pretty at the end of the day. I can't even imagine sleeping in this because it's uncomfortable now, and I'm awake. I can't imagine laying on my pillow and rolling around on my pillow and then seeing, I bet there's makeup on there, because this just does not wear off gracefully whatsoever. Blotchy, inconsistent, splotchy. Yeah. I'm going to say no to date night. I'm going to say no to the date night Youthforia. Too expensive, doesn't live up to its claims, especially that glass-like skin. I mean, really. But yes, those are my thoughts. I'm so up close and personal. But yes, those are my thoughts on the new Youthforia Date Night Skin Tint Serum Foundation. Yeah, very disappointed, but I'm super glad I tested it out, reviewed it, really took notes, really put it through the ringer to maybe save you some money. But yeah, so thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I had so much fun. I hope you did too. I did pick up the new Laura Mercier Viral Foundation. I'll be testing that out, and also in an upcoming video, I'll be sharing some of the concealers and new color correctors that have come out that I've really been enjoying. So if you enjoy this type of content, please consider subscribing. I would love it if you'd be a part of our family. But for now, mahal kita, I love you, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.